Yeah, good question. So for sure, as you mentioned, let's say scientists or process specialists, they're always focusing on, they love complexity. They go inside, and complexity starts when it starts to get transparent if you can, let's say, match parameters, what you put into a system, to the outgoing, so to the response of the system. And this is basically with our variation and the number of possible variations what we have to develop. Let's say parameters like different materials, different chemistries, different mechanical dimensions, different process parameter to do a process finally. This is basically infinite number. So what we are doing is, so we are using at the very first step the digital twin or the machine learning to identify the most important parameters. So this is the very first step. So to shrink down the huge amount of parameters that are theoretically possible to a reasonable number, then we isolate them, and then we say, okay, now we change only one parameter, and then by every iteration what we do, the training or the model what we are training is getting better. So this is, let's say, that's the trick of the whole machine learning system, that you have a permanent learning model, that you can judge the quality of incoming data. That's also quite a nice side effect. Also, the system will tell me if some data are not plausible, what I want to feed into. And then I must look, how is the quality of the system itself. I must decide which KPIs I want to check, how good is the model, how representative is it for the real process what we have finally, and then we are done. So it's a kind of a, let's say, very efficient way to shrink down a quite infinite complex problem into a, let's say, more tangible, executable way of work. We are R&D company, so we don't have a product now. We are developing our product. We are somewhere on a so-called technology readiness level between 3 and 4 on the absolute scale. So for the next big milestone for us is next year. We are planning to start sampling. So we have already the capability to manufacture small so-called pouch cells. They have maybe this size. And the big milestone is for next year that we are able to sample, that we can give our technology as a battery cell to a customer, that they can test and see what our technology is really able to do. So now is, let's say, we have done a lot of pre-work, but next year is the big year when we will put the product as a test sample on the market. Not selling, but as a test sample.